After an orange juice and a cocktail at the Colorado Springs Airport Lounge, it was time to head to Plano, Texas for a few days with Ultrahuman, checking out their Ultrahuman factory in Plano, Texas. Ultrahuman set us up with really nice hotels in Dallas, Texas that honestly had probably the best minibar and minibar fridge that I've ever seen in a hotel. Well, what's up? Just got into Dallas, Texas, checked into the hotel here. Really nice hotel room, very nice, excited, and hungry. So very hungry. So now I got to go meet the rest of the crew that's here to get some food and yeah, hang out. After some food, it was time to head to the Evolve Human Optimization Labs in Dallas, Texas, where they have a whole bunch of different longevity-inspired type things you can do. One of them being obviously cold plunging. They also had saunas and different light therapy rooms and this really cool game here designed to kind of train your brain.
That's crazy.
No red ones, don't touch red ones.
Oh, don't touch that?
I then spent some time in a massage chair surrounded by lights and sounds, which was pretty cool, before doing a sound bath, which was a very interesting experience. Well, that was interesting. The Evolve place was cool. I could see if you lived in the area, it'd be pretty fun to kind of have a membership to that. But now we got a little bit of time to chill out and relax, thankfully. It's a very nice hotel. Going to lay down, chill out until we have dinner in about another hour. Going to meet up and go get some food. After a nice rest in the hotel room, it was time to head to dinner, so we had a great walk through the city. It was only maybe, a tenth of a mile, 2/10 of a mile away from the hotel, and it was good to get out and walk and talk with some other creators in the YouTube space. And then, of course, there was a very unique sculpture thing, kind of like the Sphere in Las Vegas, I guess. Kind of pretty neat, though. Next, we headed inside to the Woolworth for a fantastic dinner. Awesome little Hogwarts kind of looking, we'll call it a smoking room that was just outside of our private area where we were dining. And inside, they had this really cool TV setup playing different video clips from all of our different reviews of the Ultrahuman Ring Air. I had a fantastic seafood dish that was really pretty darn amazing. Obviously, this was a steak house. This was Texas, but I don't eat red meat, and this was really pretty good. After a late night and several drinks, I didn't sleep too great, and I woke up early, decided to hit the gym for a 30-minute bike ride. Luckily, they had a Peloton and a very nice gym. Then after breakfast, we loaded up into a nice shuttle to go over to the Ultrahuman factory. We're here at the Ultrahuman factory, or what they call the Ultra factory in Plano, Texas. And as you'll see, the sign behind me says SVtronics, which is the company where they basically lease space from and work with. So there is no Ultrahuman factory or Ultrahuman sign on the building, but it is their factory. We're just getting ready to tour it and see everything inside.
So I think it's a big deal for us. We'll obviously get to the factory tour in a minute.
The basis of any electronic product.
The first ring was really big, so that's
That's where it began.
So this will give you a scale of how many ring PCBs are, right? So this is the regular PCBs, and on the right side that you see is populated PCB with components. And this particular product is actually used in postal sorting machines that we built for one of our customers. As you can see, it's very small compared to the PCBs that you saw outside. This is a very small PCB. So the first step in the assembling process is to print this PCB with a solder paste, which actually forms the soldering component or soldering material that attaches the electronic components to the PCB. Yeah, it's like a paste, yeah. Like a paste. So what is that? When it passes through the reflow oven, it actually melts and forms the bond with the component.
Well, this machine here is essentially a screen printer, for lack of better words, and it puts on a solar paste to the PCB, the printed control boards, and it does it pretty quickly. This machine here actually takes all of the little components that go on the PCB from these reels here, and then it actually puts them onto the PCB and attaches them all very quickly. These machines can do about 10,000 boards per day. Since this was a facility that does a lot of electronics, they had us wear these little strips that had to adhere to the bottom of our shoe and then tuck the excess inside to ground us so that we don't transfer any electric current to any of the machines or the circuit boards and ruin something. Here we see a set of 12 PCBs coming out of the oven where it bakes everything in really well. And then each board goes through a control check process where it really looks to make sure everything is correct. And this machine takes lots of photos for a technician to then look and make sure everything is in the exact position it needs to be. Next up was the assembly process at the Ultra factory. And this is where everything gets put together into the ring.
This is how it looks when you've got it soldered. This is the PCB and the RX coil together. Now that we have this together, next comes the battery. In the process of, let's say, assembly, we then solder the PCB, the RX coil and the battery together. At this point, the ring is now sort of complete in the sense that it has all the key components.
Here we see a technician actually soldering the two parts of the PCB together that would then go into the ring. And this gentleman is actually taking those components and inserting them into the ring and making sure they are fully adhered. And then he's going to do a system check to make sure all of the different components are actually working and functioning as they should.
So the next process we're going to show you is a process called vacuum casting. We'll show you the machine, we'll show you the process to help you understand how this resin, which is in contact with our skin, goes inside the ring. This is the resin that has come out. So when we pour the resin inside the mold, any extra resin, how do we know that the mold is full now? Is that these risers, these are called risers, the resin flows from the center, and when it comes out of the mold is when we know that the mold is completely full. And you can see this is like complete resin, all of this solidified.
Here's a technician doing the buffing of the resin inside the ring, and this takes about 15 minutes per ring. It's pretty neat. Then I got the opportunity to actually assemble a ring myself. I got to do the soldering of the components, insert them into the actual ring, buff it out. It was pretty cool.
Better than mine.
Clean it, you said?
Show it to the camera.
You push it.
Somebody's getting an UltraTrailSteven ring.
But we just finished touring it. I got to actually make a ring myself, go through a lot of the process, see all of it from start to finish. Really fascinating, and just very cool to see it from start to finish. Next up was a late lunch at Haywire, which is a quintessential Texan restaurant. Think longhorn steer mounted on the wall. I had a drink called the Judd that had a smoke-infused taste to it you see here in this barrel, and it was really, really good. Next up was a group activity. We went to Mission Ridge Range and Academy for some shooting. We got to go in and shoot different handguns and rifles as well. And some folks had never shot before, so one of the instructors gave a nice kind of a lesson to show them how to hold a gun and that kind of thing. After getting back to the hotel, I was able to squeeze in my workout, which I was supposed to do, but didn't have time earlier that morning. And here I'm doing some barbell marches to really kind of strengthen that lower trunk. Just finished a great workout in the gym. Felt great. That gym is amazing. By far the best gym I've ever seen in a hotel. Like, it was ridiculous. Out here on the yoga lawn now. I gotta go shower, so I got dinner here in just a little bit. So, man, it's nice. Hey, even there's a rainbow. Let's see if you can see this. Maybe you can see the rainbow, hopefully. Then we went to dinner at a place called the Catbird, which was pretty amazing. I mean, look at this entryway. It's picturesque Instagram material here. And inside, the rest of the facility was really very cool. Just kind of a outdoor garden type vibe with large garage doors that opened up. And everyone had a great time, lots of drinks and food, and several of us stayed well into the night and basically closed the place down. The next morning, it was off to the Dallas-Fort Worth airport, and Dave and I sat in the Capital One lounge, had some coffee, some breakfast, and chatted a little bit before we each had to make our own way to our respective flights. And I cut this a little close. I was very afraid that I might actually miss my flight, but luckily I did not. I made it, even after riding this basically like a monorail, think like Disney World, over to Terminal E. It took a lot longer than expected, but I made it. By the way, don't forget to look below in the description. There is a link and a coupon code to save you some money if you want to get an Ultrahuman Ring Air for yourself.